What's good, truth chasers and throwback action junkies? Welcome back to Tales of the Famous, the spot where we crack open the myths, expose the smoke and mirrors, and serve up the raw, unfiltered stories behind your screen idols. Tonight, we're throwing down in the ring of Hollywood hypocrisy. It's the feud that lit up the 90s like a Molotov cocktail. Jean-Claude Van Damme versus Steven Seagal. Two muscle-bound martial arts machines, both kings of the direct-to-video empire, but only one walked the walk. On one side, JCVD, the muscles from Brussels, a legit kickboxing phenom with tournament scars, splits that defy physics, and a humility that kept him real through the coke-fueled chaos. On the other, Seagal, the ponytail-wearing aikido master who talked a bigger game than he could back up, spinning yarns about CIA black ops and Yakuza beatdowns that crumbled under a Google search. This isn't just beef, it's a masterclass in authenticity versus illusion. From trash talk on late-night TV to that infamous Stallone party showdown that almost turned a backyard into a cage match, we're unpacking it all. The egos, the exposures, the near fights, and why, decades later, Van Damme's still splitting sides on Volvo ads while Seagal's hawking Putin-endorsed energy drinks from Moscow exile. Buckle up, legends. This script's longer than Seagal's list of lies, backed by court docs, eyewitness accounts, martial arts Hall of Famers, and the cold, hard internet takedown that's left the dragon eye weeping. Let's rewind the tape and roll the fight. Let's kick it off with the underdog who became the icon. Jean-Claude Camille Francois Van Varenberg, born October 18, 1960, in the working-class grit of St. Agatha Bertram, Brussels. Picture this: a scrawny kid with asthma, nicknamed Geeky by his own admission, dodging bullies in a city still licking wounds from World War II. His dad, Eugene, a florist and accountant, saw potential in the frailty. At 10, he dragged JCVD to the Center National de Karate. Under Sensei Claude Getz, a full-contact beast who'd sparred with karate legends, young Jean-Claude didn't just learn blocks. He built a fortress. Shotokan karate first, crisp katas, iron conditioning. By 12, he was drilling Muay Thai knees and Taekwondo spins, blending it into a hybrid fury. Ballet at 16? Yeah, you heard right. 3 years of pirouettes and plies to forge that elastic flexibility, turning rigid kicks into whip cracks. But JCVD wasn't scripting fairy tales. He bled for his stripes. From 1976 to 1980, semi-contact tournaments became his battlefield. 44 wins, for losses, per Belgian Karate Federation logs. We're talking the 1977 Waco Open in Antwerp, where he edged out rivals with point fighting precision. The 1978 Challenge des Sports, second place, but he demolished 25 foes in a grueling week-long gauntlet, only falling to Italy's Angelo Spataro in the finals. Full contact? That was the Forge. 1977 debut under Getz's promotion, Belgium's first pro kickboxing card. By 1982 retirement, 18-1 record, all 18 wins by KO, including a savage nosebreaker on teammate Patrick Tuggles at Forest National Arena. His crowning jewel? The 1980 Karate World Cup in Brussels, where Team Belgium clinched European gold, JCVD anchoring with flawless forms. Rare footage exists. Grainy Super 8 of him dismantling Nejad Garbai with a liver shot KO that echoed through the rafters. This wasn't Hollywood choreography. It was sweat-soaked survival, documented in yellowed clippings from Karate Magazine and Wacko archives. At 19, broke but unbreakable, JCVD chased the dream to Hong Kong, bodyguarding, bit parts in chop-socky flicks like Enter the Ninja, uncredited. By 83, LA called pizza delivery by day, dojo demos by night. Enter producer Minahum Golan, Bloodsport. 1988, drops and boom. The Cumite mythologized, Van Damme's roundhouse KOing Frank Dux, himself a tall tale, launches a franchise. $65 million box office on a $2 million budget. Follow-ups? Kickboxer, 89, avenging his brother with Muay Thai mastery against Tong Po sadism. Cyborg, 89, Lionheart, 90, Universal Soldier, 92, with Dolph Lundgren, $100 million haul. Peak JCVD. Flexible as a gymnast, charismatic as a rock star, earning $7 million per pick by 94's Time Cop. But he stayed grounded, admitting coke binges in JCVD 2008, a raw confessional that netted him critical props. Today at 65, still dropping splits on TikTok, voicing Croc in Kung Fu Panda, and prepping Battleground, his last martial arts flick. Real skills? Undeniable. Real humility? Priceless. Now, the other side of the octagon. Steven Frederick Seagal, born April 10, 1952, in Lansing, Michigan, a far cry from dojo destiny. Frail kid with a guitar obsession, he stumbles into aikido at 15 under local sensei Harry Ishisaka. By 17, drops out, flees to Japan, draft-dodging whispers abound, marrying Miyako Fujitani, daughter of Osaka aikido boss Koichi Tohei's disciple, to snag a visa. He inherits her family's dojo in 75, rebranding as Shigemaki Take. First Westerner to run one? Technically true, but via wifely strings, not solo swagger. Black belt in 78? Shady. Ex-wife Fujitani spilled in 93. The grader dozed off mid-demo, rubber stamping it out of laziness. Claims of training under Aikido, founder Morihei Ueshiba. Busted. Ueshiba kicked the bucket in 69 when Seagal was stateside strumming blues. Back to the U.S. by 84. Dojo sprout in Taos, L.A., but footage? Stage randori with ragdoll students flipping like pros, no resistance. Aikido's elegance? Sure, joint locks, redirects. But critics roast it as impractical theater for real scraps, thriving on compliant foes, flopping against aggressive strikers. Seagal's demos? Pro wrestling flair, not street-tested grit. Hollywood beckons via student Michael Ovitz, CAA powerhouse. Above the law, 88. CIA Aikido cop dismantling cartels. $16 million gross. Hard to kill, 90. Marked for death, 90. Out for justice, 91. Peak Seagal, brooding anti-heroes with ponytails and Ponzi schemes of bravado. Under Siege, 92. $156 million. Cook turned seal, saving the more from Tommy Lee Jones. But the cracks? Early. No tournament tape, no pro bouts. Just yarns. Yakuza brawls, unverified. Mob hits in Brooklyn. FBI tapes show him snitching on Gotti, not swinging. CIA gigs? Trained agents in Japan, he boasts, but Langley laughs it off as fantasy. By 2000s, the facade phrase, weight balloons, films tank, exit wounds saves 01, then straight to DVD purgatory. Jean LaBelle, choke out tail? Judo god strangles him on set. Seagal allegedly soils himself, denies it as pathological lies. UFC cred? Takes bow for Anderson Silva's Belfort KO, 11. Silva calls cap. Today, 7th Dan Sherhan, but ex-students like Ronda Rousey dub him bullshido. Russian envoy, Putin BFF, fleeing hashtag MeTooShadows. Portman, Heigl allegations. Real Aikido roots? Faded under a mountain of myths. The fuse? Lit in 91 on the Arsenio Hall show. Seagal, ponytail gleaming under studio lights, gets probed. No Van Damme? No. Heard of him. Kurt nod. Good fighter? Seagal stares at his boots, mutters, matter of opinion. Lots say that's not true. Translation. JCVD's Kumite crown? Phony. Kickboxing champ? Myth. Seagal, ever the alpha, piles on in side chats, calls Van Damme ballet dancer, mocks high kicks as showbiz fluff. Pattern? Textbook Seagal, trashes Norris, flashy champ, no street cred, Bruce Lee's crew, actors, not fighters, even stunt legend Jean LaBelle overrated. Why? Ego armor, propping his mystique on unverified tales while dodging rings himself. Van Damme bites his tongue at first. In 94 movie line, he's tense. I shook his hand at Planet Hollywood, asked why the shade. Relaxed him. But the barb stick? Seagal boasts in bars. I'd squash him like an ant. Media laps it up. Who you got, bulldozer or acrobat? Experts? Van Damme, 80 to 20, real bouts versus dojo demos. JCVD's retorts? Surgical. Funny. No Seagal in tournaments I saw. Simmering since '88 overlaps, both eyeing the next bruise thrown. By '95 Brazilian TV, JCVD dubbed Seagal boring. Powder keg primed. Enter the main event. 1997, Sylvester Stallone's Miami Mansion bash. Testosterone tsunami with Arnie, Willis, O'Neill. Seagal's holding court, regaling with aikido epics. Trained CIA in Tokyo alleys, snapped Yakuza wrists like twigs. Van Damme, chilling poolside, nursing a cognac when whispers hit. Seagal's at it again. JCVD, paper tiger. I'd fold him. Enough. JCVD, 5 feet 10 inches coiled spring, strides up. Heard you, Steven. Outside. Now. Room hushes. Slice backyard. Potential coliseum. Seagal? Smirks, mumbles excuses, bolts like Houdini. Undeterred, Van Damme hunts. Tracks him to a South Beach nightclub. Adrenaline pumping. You talk big. Let's dance. Seagal? Vanishes again. Drunk, he later sniffs on lawman. Stallone spills to FHM. 08 Van Damme berserk. Too strong. Seagal wanted none. Eyewitnesses corroborate. No booze-fueled frenzy from JCVD. Calculated call-out after years of shade. Fallout? Seismic. Fans flood forums, Seagal ducks. Media memes it eternal. Even Peter Guber, Sony exec, floated a $20 million Vegas PPV bout pre-incident. Seagal noped out. Expendables 2, 12. JCVD joins as villain, but only San Seagal. No room for frauds. Post-party, Van Damme doesn't crow. He mirrors. In chats, JCVD's in. Real fighters inspire, don't intimidate with tales. Subtle shade. Some exaggerate. No comps, just stories. Seagal? Doubles down. 15 interview. Fight Van Damme? Laughable. But the Emperor's exposed. Labelle's choke. 70s set brawl. Pants fouling legend. Wall's dirty doesn't challenge. Unanswered. Rogan roasts. Legit aikido? Mediocre at best. Twitter erupts. Post. 55 lists JCVD top tier. Seagal afterthought. Post. 56 polls bury him. By 2025, Van Damme's evolved. Darkness of man. Whiskey brand. Philosophical. Age stuff. Young egos clash. Seagal? Isolated claims debunked. No CIA files. No Weshabuyuk. Dojo empire. A family favor. Legacy? JCVD. Authentic warrior, flawed but fierce. Seagal, cautionary caricature. So, fight fans. Real grit or real fakery? Who's your champ? Drop your picks, hottest takes, and wildest what-if scenarios in the comments. If this exposed some 90s nostalgia, smash like for the underdogs. Subscribe for more myth busts. Next, the hidden Beatles bunker tapes that rewrite Abbey Road. Stay real, stay splitting. Peace.